It's always a treat to come back to my alma mater in May, when the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts hosts its annual student exhibition. And this year was no exception. Lots of very cool artists and their dazzling creations were on public display. Before the opening was the graduation ceremony, which I got to late. The great Dan Miller was completing some remarks that I lack context for. Something about a painting monkey, which ended like this.
We're fortunate to be here in this beautiful place where we've been able to individualize education and where we know that seeing is the surest way to know. I would like finally to make a proposal in honor of Thomas Aiken's monkey and all monkeys everywhere, reminding us of the necessity for spontaneity and the intuitive in our lives, that the importance of the joy of doing, that we adopt a new Academy logo.
Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Ark Manor Niles. I'm a fourth year BFA student at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. Working with Desiderio, Michael Gallagher, and Scott Noel, trying to get the narrative in the paint to line up with the handling, so the emotion that I want to convey will be conveyed within the brush strokes. When I look at good painters and good artists through our history, that's what they're doing. That's what makes them stand out. Desiderio is one of my mentors, so I wanted to take his composition. When he did his, he was looking at Jackson Pollock and thinking about it all over composition, how every part of the painting was important. I wanted to have all the paintings that influenced me up until this point. All of these images that I use make me who I am. The rest of them are just family members, the portrait of my grandfather before he died and my grandmother. To me, sometimes just going back, find the right images to describe that moment.
You caught this haunting look with him.
Reliving that moment, thinking about how I felt at the time. And I wanted to capture that moment. Because when I would go visit him, sometimes he'll be looking at me and I wouldn't really see, like, was he looking at me or was he seeing something else?
Are you a sister?
Yes, I'm
my
a
sister.
And the mother?
Yes.
Now, tell me about him as a little kid. Was he an artistic kid?
Yes, he was. Very artistic.
Just Pokemon.
'Hi, my name is Allison Nodell, and I'm an artist at PAFA. Well, it's actually pronounced technically Knödel. It means noodle or dumpling in German. I seek to capture the ephemeral, moments that are lost in conscious thought, times when we see just like the sunlight at the right time on a vista and it just affects us, or we lose ourselves in daydreams, watching the breeze of laundry carry it along kinetically. With that particular piece, there's an element of the absurd injected into it, insofar as it's not common that in such a scenario you'll see really skimpy women's lingerie, and I thought there was something kind of inherently funny about presenting that in an art gallery.
Is there any feminist statement or anything to do with sexuality?
No, not at all. If any of that is inferred, it's all based on the fact that, yes, I am a woman, and inherently I will carry some of these qualities along with me in my work.
What about this big yellow?
That was just some kind of fixation I got in my head. I just had to see this texture to fruition. It's canary paper, which is an archival form of tracing paper. I individually cut and adhered every single piece on a mesh backing. It was kind of a meditative effort. Some see feathers, some see scales, some see bits of wheat fields in it. It's whatever you want it to be, but essentially I'm just hoping that the viewer will feel some kind of emotional or psychological response to the work in a comforting and embracing way.
33 years ago, I won the Ware Prize. I think I found a fellow Ware winner.
My name is Victoria Martinotti. I'm a fourth year BFA, graduating. and I just won the Ware Prize. And I am so excited and happy about it.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to travel to Rome and surrounding cities, and then Paris and surrounding cities.
You seem to be in that tradition of the Academy of very skillful, realistic painting.
Yeah, I'm drawn to observational work, scenes that I find in my own life.
I'm Jessica Shasha. I'm a third-year certificate at the Academy of Fine Art. My work is a reaction to light and ambiguity of form through light. They are all photographs. I'm very interested in lights and darks and shapes and form more than the human form, even though that's what I photograph.
They achieve a sense of mystery, I think.
They do, yes, and they're open to interpretation, but I have not attached any narrative to them.
My name is Eva Maselek. I am an installation artist. My piece is called Rajstopy, which in Polish it's the translation for the word nylon. My piece is about shrinking. The first time I came to Philadelphia, I went to a poker party and I was offered the shortest seat at the table and the largest glass from the beverage cabinet, and two towering men were sitting by me and I shrieked, "I'm shrinking!" And the only person that was laughing was the other artist at the table, because she saw the perspective that I was seeing. It's all about gesture and color. They are made out of nylons, which were donated by various individuals throughout the East Coast, and for every 10 nylons, I will be donating $1 to a women's shelter here in Philadelphia.
What's your name, young man?
Bill Simon, Billy D. Simon. Young, that's right, correct. We've got to have young in there. The Academy, it's been a really great experience. I came here from Slippery Rock University. This has been an epiphany of every kind. I've learned how to use charcoal and as well as graphite. So I'll continue to do those things as well as painting.
Your landscape is really beautiful and very painterly. How did you do that one?
I just sat outside at the location and drew it and then painted it. I worked on that throughout the summer different times, mid-July, early August. I think I captured that, the light.
Where is it?
That's north of Pittsburgh, off the Allegheny River, Daughter Run.
He just doesn't listen, does he?
He absorbed everything.
The oil paintings that I make are based off of childhood memories, and I work with a process of layering, so I'm adding and removing, building up the paint texture, excavating, scraping away to sort of capture a passing of time in the paintings.
Are you the artist?
Yes, hi, I'm Nate.
Okay, explain what's going on.
Alright, so this is a tent I built. It took about 6 months to build, to plan it out and collect everything. I designed it after a medieval tent I was researching, and what made it so special about it was that it was the first tent created without any wall structure. So it's pretty much like an umbrella. There's one center pole and it's held up by the whole thing.
Did you like it? Yeah? In a sea of wonderful art, this particular piece took my breath away.
is Sarah Colby, and my work I use oil paints and acrylic. I also use spray paint. Sometimes I use a lot of found materials, glitter, and organic materials such as dirt and dried paint. It goes along with my work having a lot to do with the loss of control and that I accept the fact that it is transient. It definitely has elements of graffiti art. It's something that I have looked at before, and I'm influenced by a lot of artists that make work with fluorescent colors and other elements that you might see in street art.
Well, I'm Emily Schnellbacher. I'm a graduating MFA. My work is all fiber-based. I deal with themes of life and death and decay, biological systems and nature, feminism and domesticity. The process varies. A lot of times I sew a lot of components and assemble them together, and then I sometimes will deconstruct them, lighting them on fire. A lot of the work is about a gut sensation, and I also want the viewer to be repulsed and attracted to them at the same time and have that back and forth relationship with them.
Are you Anthony?
He's Anthony at the Afro.
Okay.
Sculpture major here at PAFA. I work with architectural glass and steel. This particular table, I designed it with the intention of it being a very active piece. I made this piece of mylar to drape over the glass. I hand cut everything and I make it up as I go. I really think of the whole piece as a verb.
It's kind of ridiculous how many good artists there are at these Academy shows. I tried my best to see everything, but I'm sure I didn't. And in fact, I don't even think I got to the basement. For every artist I talked to, there were dozens that I didn't get a chance to talk to, and they were all good. This very good artist is too shy to talk to me, but I asked him if it was oil. He said it was everything. And I asked him if it was durable. And he said, yes, it was very durable. I'm not an art critic. I'm not judging this stuff. But I sure as hell enjoyed this show.